Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13, the Honor 5X. Beautiful, gorgeous, brushed all metal body. Got a nice clear case on here now, so now I can take it out and about and use it as my daily driver. The last few days it's just been here in the house that I've been using it because I will not take it out. And I just don't want to damage it. So now that I got the case, I can use it as my daily driver, bring some information to you that you need to know about this device. $199 at Best Buy here locally, man. It's a great device for the price. This definitely is no 6P. This definitely is no S7 Edge or an LG G5. So you have to use this device for what it is. It reminds me a little bit of the Zenfone 2. It is running EMUI, Emotion UI, over the top of Lollipop, which Lollipop is not significant at all here. It does have some bloatware, not as much as, because this device reminds me of the Zenfone 2 a lot, but it doesn't have as much bloatware as the Zenfone 2. But it is present, but overall, the experience has been great. Now, I did put Google Launcher, Nova Launcher in here just to see if that would change anything with performance. And realistically, it hasn't. Okay. So that's why I went back to the Emotion UI. That way, out of the box, I can show you what it looks like and what my experience is as far as using it stock just the way it is. I think that's the best way to review a device. If there's anything I don't cover that you want to know, please leave that information in the comment section below, because I'm going to try to bring to you what I think you want to know and what I want to cover. But there's areas that get missed, so just ask me if you don't hear a specific area that you want to find some information on when it comes to the Honor 5X. Now on the front, we do have a 5.5 beautiful, beautiful IPS display. You got your on-screen buttons down here below. It is gorgeous. Now I had heard that this display was just a sweet display, especially visually when watching videos and movies. But man, it really, really is. And the single speaker down at the bottom really reminds me of the LG G5. Man, that one single speaker on that device just kicked out some great quality sound. This one does the same. So when you combine that with the display, man, my media intake on the last few days have been just wow. Yeah, so very happy with Huawei and what they've done here with this display. I do prefer AMOLED, but every once in a while you come across a beautiful IPS display, and this device really has that. The couple quirks I talked about in one of my other videos was the video stock player doesn't, when you're in the actual file area of your videos and movies, it doesn't go into landscape mode. And I'm going to show you something here, and it's just a little quirk. So if I turn that sideways, it doesn't go into, it stays in portrait mode, which is really weird. But now if I go to MX Player, which I downloaded off the Play Store, and I turn that sideways, it goes into landscape mode, back into portrait mode. And the same with the stock camera. There's the layout. Okay. So, if I wanted to take a picture, get that Samsung logo on my TV there. I'm going to turn off the flash. Okay. Okay, so there's a picture. Let's see what that picture quality looks like really quick. And there you go. Very, very nice. Now, I'm going to go into settings in the stock camera, and it's going to stay in portrait mode. Why? I don't know. It's just one of those little annoyances. Again, I'm going to try not to get too much glare on this, so forgive me if I get a lot of lighting on here. But yeah, really, really odd. But let's go back to the Google camera I downloaded off the Play Store. And here is the layout. We're going to go into settings, and it's in landscape, and then it goes to portrait, and then it goes back to landscape. So yeah, you download those off the Play Store, and when you're in the settings, it'll go into landscape or portrait. But as far as the stock camera, stock video player, why it does it, I don't know. I haven't ran into anything else that does that so far, but it's just one of those little quirks that maybe a software update will take care of. Who knows? The other thing was when in the Google app here, where I go to my news feed, it tends to stick and lag. You can see that little bit of lag right there where it first started out. But once you get into it, it smooths out really nice and feathery smooth. The YouTube app, the same thing. And I'm going to show you here in just a second as this loads up. So basically, if I go into my subscriptions here, I'll go to a certain video. Hey, there's Tony there. So you can see if I pull that down, it tends to lag just a little bit. There's a little bit of stick. And you can see as I scroll, it tends to just a tiny bit of stick. Now it does that in the Google Plus app, it does it in YouTube, and it does it in my Google app. Now everywhere else it seems to be working just fine. So the Zenfone 2 actually did that, and the Alcatel Idol 3 did that. I don't know why, and I'm sure that that's just a software update fix, but is it any big deal? Is it a big deal breaker? No, it really isn't. It's very minimal. And you know, when we're scrolling anyway, when we're in a specific app and we're scrolling, I mean, we're not doing this all the time. I mean, this is what we're doing. Okay. So realistically, if I'm in YouTube or my Google Plus app and I'm going through videos, I'm doing this, right? I'm not doing this. But if we do go into a specific area, you can sort of see a little bit of that stutter step that it's doing. Give you a little sound test there. Might as well. Anyway, you guys, it's very minimal. It's there. Like I said, it's not a big deal breaker whatsoever, but I'm just trying to point out everything and anything when it comes to any specific device that I review. But the positives so far on this device with my media intake, the display, the sound has just been phenomenal. My web browsing, for the most part, has been very nice and smooth. Yeah, I at this point, is it worth $199? It sure is. It sure is. It's just a gorgeous, beautiful, durable device. I love the way EMUI has set up their shortcuts and notifications. I love the transparency of this page. When you pull down from the status bar there, you pull down and you can sort of see the background, that little bit of transparency, and then the colors they chose for the toggles is very nice. And you can change this all up with a different launcher, but I actually like the way Emotion UI is on here. And you can go into settings and you can see that everything is basically color coded. And one of my favorite things is when I'm in display, let's go to display, you can change the color temperature. Ooh, that's wallpapers. Let's go to color temperature, and you can change that. Default would be right in between warm and cold, but if you click that off and you decide you wanted to have a little bit more saturation, it's going to have a little bit more blues. You see that? And then there's a little bit, well, that's a lot warmer right there. Now, we know that having the warm colors is a little bit more real to life, but I like an AMOLED look, so I like to go a little bit oversaturated. So I go about 75% up and I leave it there. And so that's kind of, at least you have that option on here if that's the way you want to visually look at your display or your movies or your videos, so forth. You can display your carrier name. You can display the network speeds, and all that would be up here on your status bar there. Like that T-Mobile there, I can take that off of there by clicking that. See, that disappeared, or turn it back on. And these are just little options that you'll get. Your power saving modes. Now, I don't like my performance messed with at all, so I leave it on normal right here. Slight adjust CPU and network usage to maximize performance. Recommended for gaming and online videos. You can go to smart mode, ultra mode. Basically, it's going to give you your best saving, as far as with battery life. It's saving your battery usage on this device, but it's going to cut on some of the functionality in your performance, and I don't like that messed with. So just so you know that that's there, if you want to use it, it gives you, it lets you know what apps are protected, background power intense apps. It lets you know all that, and you can mess with all that. And this is one of those areas I'm not going to fully cover, but you can ask some questions on that, or if you pick up this device, you can go in there and use those areas and see what you like or you don't like as far as that. You got security, your fingerprint ID, basically, where you're going to set up your fingerprint, and you can set up a few different fingerprints if you want. Backup, reset, manage apps, network apps. So you got motion control. Basically, this is an area where you can flip to mute, shake to rearrange icons, double tap, which I use, double tap on when the display is off. You can double tap on it, it'll turn it on. Or you can draw a letter to open applications. So, these little options are there. I don't know how many of you actually use these options, one hand UI. This is a 5.5 inch display, so for some people this may be too large, so you can use a one hand layout. If we touch that, basically going to show you how to minimize your display so you can use one hand. And then we have your shifting keyboard, so basically it'll minimize the keyboard smaller so you can be in one hand mode as well. So that's all there. I don't use all of that. I don't. So, but I do, again, like you pull down status bar, you bring up your toggles there. I love the way that's set up, and notifications will actually go all the way across here. They'll stack up, and at the bottom you'll see a little garbage can that'll appear there when you have a notification, and you just tap that and it'll erase everything. Now, the one thing I wanted to show you was that was sort of like my pull this device over here. This is my Nokia Lumia 1520. Okay, if I go into recent pages, this device is set up exactly like that in recent pages. Typically on most devices, whether you have Lollipop or Marshmallow, they're going to stack up right behind each other, and you'll be able to swipe them away or hit something down in here will give you an option to just clear them all out. This is set up like a Windows phone. On my Nokia Lumia 1520, this is exactly how it looks like on all the recent pages that I was in. And you're going to swipe up like this and get rid of your pages. That's exactly how a Windows phone is set up. Kind of crazy. I've never seen that on an Android device, but I don't mind it. It's actually pretty cool. So this skin is pretty cool. Yeah, Emotion UI works for me. It may not work for you. It doesn't have an app drawer. I mean, everything is over here, and you got a couple folders here. If you go into, you can see all the bloat. Well, the calculator isn't, but there's a few things there that is bloat. And in this folder, there's a few things that is bloat there. And then right around here, a few little areas. But yeah, no app drawer with Emotion UI. But I like some of the features on this skin that I'm willing to leave it the way it is. I like something new. I like something fresh. You know, something that's not the norm. And it's fine with me. So anyway, you guys, that's kind of a few areas I wanted to go over and let you see. On the last page here, I actually have all my video editing apps and so forth. But you can see that's pretty smooth there. $199 at Best Buy, man. Yeah, so I got to take it out today and use it. I'm going to go into the gallery really quick, and I'm going to show you something here. Screenshots. And I'm going to show you yesterday's battery life. I actually got 4 hours, 33 minutes. Of screen on time. There was the downward spiral of battery life. I was using it throughout the day. When I took these screenshots, I was at 13% with 1 hour and 5 minutes left. With 13% left at 4 hours and 33 minutes, I probably would have got another half hour. So 5 hours moderate to heavy yesterday with battery life. But hopefully you understood a little bit about Emotion UI over Lollipop here. Again, I wanted to bring you that UI instead of the Nova or the Google Launcher, because I think you need to know right out of the box what you're getting and what it's going to be like for you using this device, using it stock the way it's set up. All right. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy, breathe, smile. Till my next video. This is my Project 13. I'm out.